Hello, Foundations of Algebra students. This is Mr. Mills. We're going to look at a video today. I want to clarify a couple of things about how to complete a lesson using the modern classroom format. I realize that it's different, and I wanted to just make sure that the directions are very clear because I saw all the hard work that you did last week. A lot of people really were going at it, putting in some good quality work, but I just need to redirect you a little bit because we were off focus and we missed the mark. So it may have been something in my directions, but that's why I'm going back over it now to make sure everybody understands exactly what it is that I'm looking for. So these are the steps that you need to use anytime that you're going to complete a lesson in the class. It's a 5-step process. So we refer to this in class, but I want to make sure I have this recorded so that everybody can hear it, the virtual students and those that are face-to-face as well. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch the video and use the guided notes to take notes. And we're going to model this in just a second. The second thing is you're going to complete the practice work. This is where people got off. People did the video, they answered the questions in the video, and since you got a score for that, you thought you were finished. But that's just the first step. The next step is to complete the practice work, typically some kind of worksheet that goes along with that lesson. After you finish the practice work, you're going to turn it in to get feedback from me. So I'm going to look at it, tell you if you understand it well enough to go ahead and do the mastery check, or tell you what you need to go back and look at or fix. The next step is you're going to complete the mastery check. Now, the mastery check is what's going to actually go in the grade book. That's the thing that we're looking for. It's definitely got to be 80 or above. So once you do the mastery check, then I'll score that. And if it's not at 80%, I'm going to ask you to revise it. But you're not going to get a mastery check. I'm not going to open up a mastery check for you until you've watched the video and taken notes and completed the practice work and turned it in to me. Now, after you've done those first 4 steps, then you can do the lesson reflection, okay? So the lesson reflection is just some information for me. Also get you to think about how well you did with this particular lesson, maybe things you did right, things that you might want to do differently the next time. Okay, so let's look at an example. All right, so this is our modern classroom. I just have a sample, a demo student in. So let's look at lesson 3. This is one of them that you were assigned to do last week, and this is what we're going to start on focusing on for this week. So the first thing that you should do before you start anything, before you start watching the video or anything else, is you need to read the directions, folks. Okay, so let's look at viewing the assignment. So our directions are here. Open up the Google slide attached and read all steps before you begin. The video is a separate link, not on the Google slide. Either split the screen to view the guided notes at the same time or take notes in your composition book as you watch the video. So where's the Google slide? Well, this isn't a Google slide because we've been to Edpuzzle before. You know that's a video. So your Google slide is here. Well, what I saw a lot of you do, or what it seemed like a lot of you did, is you open this up. You didn't see anything on the first page, so then you went ahead and marked complete. But guess what, folks? It's a 2-page document. The task for the lesson, just like we said here, first thing is watch the video and complete the guided notes. Now, you can either look at the PDF, which we'll pull up here, and then you can just go ahead and write this information in to your notebook. That would be awesome. I just broke out some of the pieces so you could have some space so you would know what you would need to write down. I would encourage you to write this information down, okay? So you know what you need to be getting from the video, that you're not trying to write everything down, but that you have the pieces that you need for you to be successful on the practice, okay? So once you have watched the video and you've taken the notes, then you're going to complete the practice problems. Well, here we have a set of practice problems. It asks us to make a copy. A lot of times it's going to be a PDF. Give it a minute to pull up. And then you're going to complete the problems, okay? So most of the time, like I said, it's going to be a PDF. And actually, let me go back and model that for you for a PDF so you can see exactly how that's going to work out for you. So let's go to, I think this one has a PDF. So here again, You got your Google Slides, and you're going through all your steps. So you got your first slide here, you look at the second one, and you read your pieces there. But guess what? We missed the most important step, because the first thing to do is to read the directions. Open up the Google Slide attached, read all steps before you begin. The video is a separate link. Split the screen for the guy that notes at the same time, or take notes in your composition book. Now look at this last sentence. This is why you need to read it, because it's different here. The practice sheet is the last page attached to this document. You will need to write on it in Kami, or write your answers on paper and attach them. So once I've watched the video, which is here in Edpuzzle, answered the questions, I've taken my notes, then I have to do the practice. So I'm going to pull this up. Now, it has a couple of things here. Let me move my camera picture so you can see. You'll have the option to open in Kami. Okay, so when you open it in Kami, that's going to allow you to write on the PDF. So if you're not familiar with that, that's fine. You will simply need to log in, and then it's going to come up for you. Okay, now here's what's very important. If you do not do it in Kami, you can write out your work. You can write it out on paper, just take a picture of it and attach it in Google Classroom. But here's your information right here. So what would I do? Okay, I can create a text box. All right, so it said I need to create a copy. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now I have my text box. I'm going to start writing in black. I'll fill it out. And I say, okay, that's going to be G, H, and I. I just picked some letters. That's not correct, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and fill in whatever I need to write there on Kami, right there on the sheet. And when I get finished, I'm going to save that document. Now, I can save that document. I can share it with my teacher. Sometimes I can even attach it and send it straight back to Google Classroom. But you should be able to put your work right there on the sheet, okay? Now, once you have completed your assignment, and you can mark turn it in. So here, if I had it in Kami, I can add or create. I can pull that document up. So Mr. Mills has no reason to say he didn't get my work, because I had it attached right there, and he can see all the information that I have. Okay, once I look at your work, see what you did, say, okay, they did a great job. They're ready for the mastery check. Then once you turn that in, now notice, attachment will be submitted, but it's just a hyperdoc. I haven't put any work on it yet. So I don't want to turn that in because there's no work on it yet. I need to make sure that I've put the practice sheet. I need to attach that before I turn it in. Okay? Now, very quickly, just to show you, you'll have a mastery check. The mastery check and the checkpoint is your lesson reflection. But what I want to really drive home is this point here. You have to have those 5 steps completed before you can say that you completed a lesson, folks. Please, let's be careful. Let's do a little bit better job of that, and let's get some work done today. We have a lot to do, but I know you can do it. Hopefully this will clear up any misconceptions that you had.